Hello AOS fans, Robin here, back once more with a deck review for you, and this week I'm taking the Hunt again to play up against, I think Pete's playing the Guardians this week. My last experience with the Guardians went pretty badly, so I'm trying to forget that and get on with the game, and hopefully we can do a little bit better than I did in one of the Patreon only games. Yes, so this week I'm bringing the Hunt. Now I've got half a mind to take the Hunt to the July Grand Clash, and this is like a first experimentation of where we might go with that deck, and do look out for the reasons I might take the Hunt in a future video on our Road to the Grand Clash series. Hopefully my objectives are fairly easy to score. That is after all the point of objectives. I've tried to choose, they're fairly similar to the Hunt deck I played recently. Made a few changes. There's a couple of risky areas in here too, but I've gone for change of tactics and concerted attack. Change of tactics is normally pretty easy to score. Concerted attack, do lots of 1 damage attacks. I think there's a good chance of maybe scoring concerted attack. It's in there for a relatively easy score immediately. Cover ground, because again getting them to cover 6 isn't that hard. Crushing force. Crushing force again. Now it sort of goes against the grain, but do lots of attritional damage, and then sneak in with Grundon for doing 2 when somebody's just got 1 wound left is fine. So that's crushing force. Escalation, and then because there's lots of score immediately cards, I've got a superior tactician. Where that might go wrong is that I also have victory after victory. If the two come out together, that's always a bit of a bind. Calculated risk is pretty much in every deck now. Keep chopping, because the raison d'etre of this deck is move and chop. So hopefully keep chopping will be scored. Martyred, because I'm more fragile than a cut grass crystal decanter in an elephant shop. And solid gains, because again it's 3 points of glory in the round. End phase card, well, you know, a couple of score immediately and kill somebody, that's solid gains scored, so I think that's worth having. And then finally, what armour, because I do have a couple of cleave options, and it is a score immediately card. On to the gambits. The gambits all kind of aid dice rolling, really. I've got distraction, that one doesn't aid dice rolling. That's just to move somebody off an objective if the time comes, like to move somebody into a lethal hex, that kind of thing. Fueled by Fury, which allows me to re-roll any dice. Hidden paths, getting across out of the way, into the way. If I've got keep chopping, then I might need hidden paths if everybody's too far away to attack. Last chance, just to give somebody a bit of extra life. Or give a chance of it. Ready for action, for extra action economy. Rebound. Now I'm denying about rebound. I don't really like it as a card, but I put it in because if you're looking at the Grand Clash, you're playing a lot of games over the day, and you know it's likely to come off eventually. Maybe I'm still not completely sold on this card, but I put it in to see how it goes. I think it might be the first, or maybe certainly the second time I've played it, and we'll have to see. It's, you know, I'm going to do a lot of dying, so in some ways, if people have got powerful attacks, then it'd be good to use them against themselves, maybe, but it's only a third, as we all know. Spectral Wings for that cover ground score. Spoils of Battle, perfect for these guys, got to get those upgrades on. Inspired Command, this is a way of getting a guard token on somebody for change of tactics. And Haymaker, again for upping those dice. And I don't really care that much about the armour situation, because as Jamie Giblin once said, once your Godsworn Hunt have charged, just assume they're dead. Acrobatic on the upgrades now. Again, although having assumed they're dead, there are a couple of people with 2 dodges, and 3 dodges could really make them tough to shift. And then you've got some other opportunities with things like the Tome of Offerings or the Slumbering Key in this deck to possibly open up some extra glory channels, so that's worth thinking about at least. Light armor for maximising those dice rolls. Path to Glory, possibly the best upgrade in the game, great for these guys. Point blank shot, again not entirely sold on this. I quite like it because it gives Olo the opportunity to shoot in your opponent's activation, which you need for keep chopping. It gives you a bit more possibility of actually doing something else other than attacking, so that's why point blank shot is in there. How I haven't used it, I did take it last time and I didn't use it. If I don't use it this time, I think I'll drop it. I'm not convinced it's that great. Challenge Seeker, it's great for the hunt. Fameway Crystal for cover ground and just sort of general movement shenanigans. Great strength, get up on Grundon. Now the Nullstone Axe, now this is, I suppose it's not really a secret, but because I'm broadcasting it to the world, but I think the Nullstone Axe could be useful in a Grand Clash, because the meta is heavily Curse Breakers, and I think Ulthari is going to be knocking about two hammers and 2 damage for its range 1 attack, but obviously with the possibility of rerolling for a wizard, brilliant against the Curse Breakers. and then you've also got the opportunity to throw it. And admittedly, you do have to then discard it, but you never know, that might come in for keep chopping, because that extra range just could be useful. Potion of Rage for multiplying dice, and as I said at the end, Slumbering Key and Tome of Offerings for a bit of glory boost. We'll have to see how we go on that one. Who knows? I took out Fired Up for the Slumbering Key, enabled me to put Superior Tactician back in, just to try and lift the glory at the end of the game, and it is a way of scoring glory. And I've got 6 fighters, they're not that great. The chances of being annihilated, though, I hope, are fairly slim, so there's always a good chance of just popping Slumbering Key on the end for a glory. Have to wait and see how we go. So that's the deck. Let us know what you think. I say it is one I'm considering taking to the Grand Clash. Not necessarily that deck, but this Warband, and we'll see how it goes. So if you've got any brilliant ideas, let me know. I did drop Oath of Conquest from the previous incarnation of this deck. I quite like Oath of Conquest, but I've found if your opponent is unlucky, like Pete was in my game, it's got all these men to try and get across into the, or men and women, and dogs, to try and get across into the opponent's half, and that can be tricky. And it's only worth 3 glory, but it's, you've still got to declare it to get the 3. And it's only a third end phase, and I actually think that at the end of the day, Superior Tactician is a more likely score. It doesn't really matter where you are then, so wherever the action's going on, you can be there, pick up some of your other objectives and still score sub-tack. But we'll see how we go. So that is the deck. Let us know who we go. So I think I'm playing Ilthari's Guardians. I'm not entirely confident about these guys, but we'll see. I'm simultaneously not confident and quite pleased with the deck. So we'll see how we go, and until then, we'll see you soon. Bye.